yards, and still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Haskins hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd down, here's Geis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Here's Geis. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Haskins, he's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 39. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Niners' 40-yard line.
Now a guy who played his college ball here in the Bay Area, and that's Stanford's Bryce Love. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Love. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Love. 17 yards that time and a Washington 1st. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4.
Mike, 54. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Switch.
This is Geis. And he'll get this down only to the 18. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Here we go. Wait, 20. 12, fellas. Here we go. Check this.
Now a handoff looking right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yeah, it's a 4-yard loss. Really sets him back now for 2nd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They will face a 2nd and 9 now following the penalty. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
11.
Play action, Garoppolo. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Looked like he tried it all there, tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
21. 56 to Mike, boys. Hey, wahoo! Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Lock! Mike's 56.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. Past the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6. Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check
Barber on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Haskins. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Here we go. Roger. And we're pretty quick.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to roam now. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Here we go. 58, right there. Watch the curl.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
And 8 yards
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
13, 1, Omaha. Hey, seam 6.
To throw is Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the 49ers, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.